Trade company investment costs decrease. Oh, that's beautiful. Although, given our disgusting ability to centralize states into a cost of like nothing, I'm gonna consider stating the entire world. Actually, I think that's a good idea. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if we need trade companies for that. Like, what happens if you state the entire world, chat? Do you make more or less money than if you had trade companies? Less, right? Because states are like the trade-off between manpower and money, and trade companies allow you to have more goods produced. You would make less money, but you would get more manpower. Merchants as well, that's true, very true. But when it comes to conversions, you know, stating is really good. It is a reduction of 2% penalty. If you own the whole world, you're not competing with anyone for trade, so is the trade value worth it? Well, I'm thinking like theoretically, is it worth stating? Oh, well, okay, hold on, yeah, you're right. What am I even thinking? Like, if we do a world conquest, stating everything is like a bare minimum requirement. Because if I want to do a one culture and a one faith, yeah. Do you really want to do world conquest? Okay, listen, we're doing Norwegian wood. Norwegian wood is basically just a world conquest. Like, they might as well have just said, yeah, do a world conquest as Norway. Because the stuff you need is ridiculous. You need this province here, you need these provinces here, you need like a bunch of inland stuff, bunch of stuff in like Manchuria. Like, you're basically you should just play the game like you're doing a world conquest if you're doing Norwegian wood, because you're basically doing that. When the governing cap hurts you? No, because they implemented the most broken government reform. We can centralize a state to reduce the governing cost by 25%. This is stackable, by the way. Stackable. You can keep doing them. And this refunds the cost of doing that, all of it, which means the government reform progress, the admin, it all gets refunded when it's done after the 5 years. So basically, we reduce the cost by 25%, wait 5 years, it gets refunded, alright? We keep the 25% cost decrease. Then, guess what? We do it again. And we do it again. And we do it again. That's minus 100% local governing cost for the entire state. And then we do it in every other state, and we keep doing it. The only real limit is the fact that, like, we need to stockpile a bunch of reform progress that'll just be, like, buffered in and out. Like, if I can have 500 stockpiled reform progress that's going through all of these, like, a couple of states, then we can, like, centralize 10 states at a time, and then when they get refunded, you know, we can go to another state and do it again. So, basically, the new monarchy meta is state almost everything. Like, there isn't a real reason to not state something unless you're going to turn it into a trade company, because your governing capacity doesn't matter. Plus, you save 15 absolutism, because you don't have to give away the policies, the privileges, for more governing capacity. And so you save like 30 crown land. Is it 30 or is it 5? That's 5 each. Okay, so it's like 15. You save 15 crown land, you save 15 max absolutism into the late game. Anyway, as for this thing, it doesn't really matter, right? I'll just take it later. It's not useful now, but maybe it'll have some niche use later on. Until I finish the next mission anyway, there's not really a point. If you're going by strats as intended, this might well be the best patch. Potentially. I haven't taken a look at all of the government reforms and like weighed all of them, because what they did with the government reforms is great. I like how they just took the meta and they're like, you know what, fuck this, and they just threw it in the trash. They threw out the entire like reform meta, which is good, because stale metas are boring. It was always like, okay, you're gonna start off by taking the extra governing capacity, and then as you continue on, you might want to change it over to the decreased autonomy in territories, because, you know, governing capacity can only get you so far, but all that stuff, and, you know, it's just, that was too boring. So now we get cool things. Now we get to centralize everything for free.